This is the Iowa Weather Report for Thursday, May 21st, 2015. And now our first look at the ZRZ GFS model run at 1 p.m. this afternoon. We have one disturbance moving away from the state that brought us the cold, rainy conditions we had yesterday. Another system over the south and west is going to be approaching us this weekend, but in the meantime we'll be in between systems. We'll have plenty of sunshine, and that's going to boost the temperatures back into the 60s to around the lower 70s across the state, with mainly mostly sunny skies around. Any precipitation will be well off to our east and across Texas. And then that stuff over Texas, the rainfall will be slowly moving into Nebraska, Kansas, may get into far western Iowa tomorrow afternoon, but likely staying west of the Missouri River. Highs will still be in the 60s to lower 70s here on Friday. Then on Saturday, the chances of precipitation begin to increase. We still could have some dry time, mainly in our eastern counties, where it could stay dry most of the day. Western counties could see some precipitation in the morning and afternoon hours, with readings still around the 70-degree mark, give or take a couple degrees. Sunday looks to be rather wet for most of the state for most of the day. We could see some dry periods, but mainly cloudy skies. Temperatures in the lower 70s for the most part. Some rumbles of thunder. Severe weather doesn't look that likely. Better chances further to our south. Monday, the chances of precipitation are still around, a little more scattered out. Better chances to our south and also across the northern tier of the country as well, with readings around the 70-degree mark. Then really it's going to be fairly unsettled as we go into the work week after Memorial Day weekend. It still looks rather unsettled on Tuesday, a bit drier than on Monday, and even as we look into Wednesday, still maybe our far southern counties could see a chance of precipitation, but can't really rule it out elsewhere. Maybe some peaks of sunshine in our far western counties, with readings still mainly in the 70s for the most part. And even as we look into next Thursday, you can see pretty much a bit of a trough over the central and eastern parts of Canada. Disturbance moving across the Ohio River Valley. Another one moving into the north and west, something we're going to have to watch for a couple of weekends from now, or a weekend or so from now. You can still see fairly active weather around the country. No real big systems or whatnot, but the Gulf is just going to be opening up and lots of showers and storms, but we still have a week to watch this. And then speaking of the new month, June 1st, we have a system moving across the west, one over the Great Lakes, and this progressive system of storms moving from west to east is going to keep the weather pattern fairly unsettled if this is to be correct as we go into June. You can see here we have one system just departing the state, another one moving in, so it looks to be fairly unsettled if this is to be correct. We could see quite a bit of precipitation over the next 2 weeks if this is right, with readings likely nearing seasonal levels for the later part of May and into June. Speaking at the end of the forecast, June 5th, we have a ridge over the south and east, and that's a little bit different, but that's keeping the flow out of the southwest. The Gulf will still be open up to a certain extent. With a fairly decent disturbance coming in from the west, showers and thunderstorms would be possible once more if this is right, with temperatures probably around the 80-degree mark at that point if this is right, with the Gulf slowly being opened up and a system like that coming in. But we have plenty of time to watch it. Speaking of plenty of time, we have the satellite image from last evening, system across the south and west in Texas. That's going to be slowly bringing the moisture toward us this weekend, and the system that brought us the cold, clammy, rainy weather is beginning to move out. The watch warning map from last evening, some frost and freeze advisories across the northern lower peninsula of Michigan, the northeast, the Black Hills, and into Nebraska. Some flood issues continue over Oklahoma and down into Texas. And speaking of that, there's a reason for it. The QPF chart, precipitation over the next 5 days. This goes through, I believe, Monday evening at 7 o'clock, showing quite a bit of precipitation to our south, about an inch or so around here.